how bright yours is, and look how
There you go.
makes a difference. Huh?
A big difference. Is that JoJo?
No, that's me. He's gonna. I don't know what it's. I don't know what they're coming on at. I'm not sure.
Hello, everyone. We're going to give everyone a few minutes to come on. Thank you for joining us tonight. Looking forward to having a great conversation tonight. We're still talking about family and community, and just some great topics about how we understand this information, the data, and how we can make changes. You know, this is something that we all need to do together. We need to figure it out for our communities, how we're going to improve our families, our communities. And I just believe this is a timely series, if you will, of topics we've been talking about. Hi, Maria. I see Maria's on. Good evening. All right.
Hey, Rhea.
Yeah,
Hey, Jazz, JoJo.
is Jazz and JoJo on?
Hey, Derica. Hey, cousin Michael.
Derica's on.
Joe Jeezy in the building. Kiss my grandbabies, Derica. Hey, Mama Mimi babies. Hey. Mm-hmm.
We're going to get started in a few minutes, just giving everyone a chance to jump on as we continue our series on family and community. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the impact and the role of technology in our families, as well as in our communities. So,
Hey, Dana. Thank you.
hi. Hello, everyone.
I wonder why I always say on my phone slow connection.
Are you on?
No, I made sure.
So you're not on Wi-Fi?
No.
Okay.
But I don't know why it's still doing it. I think it might, even though I turned it off, you think it might automatically click back on?
It shouldn't, but maybe you should have it on.
Is that thunder?
I'm not sure.
What's up, cousin Michael? That's Aunt Irma grandson.
Yeah, I know. I know. What's up, cousin Michael? Derek, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to see the grandkids this last time Michelle was down there.
They are a sight for sore eyes, I tell you that much.
Oh, I know.
They made my day. Oh my God, it was like I saw angels, you know.
Make your heart flutter.
Just take all my little coins. They were singing in church. But did you look at the video?
You know, you
couldn't get it
showed
down 'cause
me.
she tagged you
You
in
showed
it.
me where it was tagged, but I never got it. I never got the video.
Really?
I don't know
They
why.
were singing like anybody asked me who I am. Tell
Yeah,
them
you
I'm
showed it to
child.
me. You showed it to me.
Even Kakara was singing. They like the microphones. It was serious. Hey, sister-in-law. There's Zena up there at the top, huh?
Yeah, she's up there.
There she goes.
Yeah.
You double dipping?
Bring them on video. What does that mean? Bring them on video.
That's an option if you want to have someone on video. You never know that?
I've never. This is my second time going live on Facebook, so that'd be good to be able to do that on here. Figure that out. But anyway, everyone, thank you for joining. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome back to Meaningful Conversations with Dr. Devin Oten. This is our podcast, airing every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. That's Pacific time, of course, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Tonight we're going to dive into an important and timely topic and subject, like I mentioned before. The role of technology, the impact of technology on our families and in our communities.
Mhm.
I think we all can agree that technology is shaping every part of our lives. I mean, there's not a part of our lives that technology is not touching.
Yeah.
Cars, everything is technology. You can be tracked on your car, no matter where you go in the world. And the newer cars, of course, not the older cars. When you go online, if you say something online, it's heard, and that information is gathered and given to advertisers and marketers who's trying to sell you something. I mean, technology is everywhere. You can't get around it. The home that we live in is called a smart home. The community we live in is called a smart community. You got everything um, that's digital in your home, outside of your home. I mean, we just can't get away from it. I think we can agree with that. And, it's how we work now, it's how we learn, it's how we connect with each other. And of course, there's a lot of positives and a lot of negatives to all of that. And it's even impacting how we raise our children now. Technology is. But these opportunities, they come with real serious challenges.
Mm.
Social media is impacting our youth. It's impacting their identity, their mental health.
Yeah.
AI, artificial intelligence, is transforming the way we think about education and work. And there are virtual communities that are being created. And these are support systems for families, as well as they can be negative influences for our children. So in this episode, we will explore the good, the bad, the practical, how families can use technology for empowerment uh, instead of distraction, because
Mm.
man, social media can be very, very distracting. Technology can be very, very distracting if we're not careful.
Distracting,
And how we
deadly.
guide,
Phew.
yeah, how we guide the next generation to use these tools. So we got to guide this next generation on how to use these tools. Yeah, so let's jump in. There's a couple questions I want you to be thinking about as we go through tonight's subject matter. How do you see social media impacting your children's self-esteem or identity? That's one question. Have you
Mm.
noticed the change in your child's mood after extended screen time on their laptops, tablets, phones? And do you feel social media connects your family or creates more distance between you and your family? So be thinking about those questions as we continue this conversation.
Hey, cuz. Got two cuz. Got cousin Leisha and cousin Teresa. Hey, Simone. That's my classmate.
So I want to give everyone, of course, when we get on here, we go through, some research that I do during the week, look at some of the data, some of the statistics, and this is some of the stuff I came up with. Social media and youth mental health. And this is from the CDC, a study that they did in 2023. Teen depression rates. The study found that 1 in 3 high school girls
Mm.
and 1 in 6 high school boys reported persistent feelings of sadness or hopelessness.
Mm.
Heavy social media use is one of the major contributing factor to our young people feeling this tremendous sense of sadness, hopelessness, and depression. Sleep and performance from this study, same
Mm.
study. Teens who spend 5+ hours every day on their devices, 71%, they are 71% more likely to report at least one suicide risk
Ooh.
factor compared to those with less screen time. So
Wow.
that's a note. Parents, grandparents, great grandparents, we need to make a mental note. If our kids are spending more than 5 hours on social media using
Mm.
devices, technology, they are 71% more likely to exhibit some sort of suicide factor, if you will. So, what does that mean? To me, right off, that means, okay, we're not going to spend 5 hours. I can't have you spending 5 hours on your phone, on your tablet, on TV, whatever it is,
Yeah.
on Xbox, PlayStations. We just can't do it. That's just too much time.
Yeah.
In my book, and this is not a plug to sell my book, but
Yes, it is.
I deal with how we spend way too much time on technology, on devices that we're using, and we're not spending enough time in our human community, talking to each other, actually communicating with each other. Of course, we can use those devices for that. And you got on your phones, you have,
texting.
Not the texting, but I mean the video where we can look at each other, FaceTime, and actually talk and communicate, see, body language, gestures, all of those sorts of things. Another point that was found by this study in 2023, identity struggles. 59% of youth say social media pressures them to look a certain way. So just think about that. When you and I were growing up, we had peer pressure, but it was from, one or two, maybe a group of people at school, maybe a couple of people in the neighborhood, maybe a couple of people who didn't live in our neighborhood, maybe weren't in class with us, but maybe they rode the bus with us back and forth to school. Our kids and grandkids are dealing with something totally different. They have people that they have never met in person before pressuring them online. These communities, these virtual communities that they have established, and they're being pressured and bullied in these environments. So we got to be careful. So 65% of them say they also believe that it helps them express themselves creatively. So 59%, they say, hey, look, I feel the pressure from those online, those who I'm communicating with on these different devices, these different platforms. And another 65% say, you know what, when I use it, it helps me express my creativity. Of course, they see things that they hadn't seen before, never thought about before, and they decide, you know what, I want to try something new and be a little bit creative. So once again, we see the duality. We see the positive in it and the negative in it. Now, of course, this is not a religious podcast. However, as your host, I am a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ. I was a senior pastor for 15 years, an associate pastor, assistant pastor, youth pastor for many, many years. Most of my adult life has been in the pastorate, right? So with that being said, there's some things we just got to talk about when we talk about our spirituality also. And we'll get into that a little later. Now, let's talk about, and the reason I said that, I had lost my train of thought for a minute, is because we got to realize, some people say, oh man, social media, all these devices, is the devil. Actually, I believe it was created for good, but we know this, that everything that's created for good, the enemy of all things godly will try to use it for evil.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Everything. And I don't care what it is. And, I used to tell, our church and different churches I've ministered at, if you receive an assignment from heaven, you best believe you got an assignment coming from hell. The devil, the enemy, he don't know exactly what it is God is doing, but he can see the purpose, the anointing, the call of God on your life. So we got to be prepared. All right. I guess I kind of went.
No,
I guess I kind of went got off track just a little bit.
All right. Hey, Kara, she's on now. Hey, Rowena.
Hi, Dr. K. Hello.
Oh, another one of my classmates. What did I do?
Okay.
Hey, Linda. Hey.
Hello.
And Simone mentioned, hey, y'all, it takes time for family and social skills. So that's based on the
and that's some of the things.
Airtime you called it. What did you call it?
Yeah. There's too much screen time.
Screen time. I said airtime.
The same difference.
Okay.
And that's some of the things we're going to look at in some of this data and statistics and the research that we see. The good as well as the bad that can be created from technology.
Yeah.
So there are opportunities for AI and online tools that we need to look at. AI use at home, about 30% of U.S. parents already use AI-powered educational tools for their children.
That's the good.
Yes, for tutoring apps, language learning, math help, all of those different things. Learning personalization. AI tutors adapt to a child's pace. It helped bridge the gaps in subjects like math and reading, especially important for underserved communities.
Wow.
So
Wow.
let's talk a minute about digital equity. Something we can't get away from. We can't get away from equity. Um, and folks ask me all the time, what does equity mean to you? That it really means being put on an equal playing field, on a platform, a level that is fair and equitable for everyone. So digital equity. There's 15 million students in the U.S. that lack reliable home internet, creating a homework gap that disproportionately affects low-income and rural families who live out where they may not have good service to be able to get those internet connections. So there's still a lot of disparity, if you will. Think about that. 15 million students. 15 is too many. We got to start thinking in terms of, and this is the one thing that I really appreciate about the millennial generation. Each generation has certain characteristics. And in the millennial generation, they have determined that they don't want to leave anybody behind. They want everybody to come along. Of course, our generation, previous generations is like, hey, get out there and get it, figure it out, do what you got to do. But everybody got to take care of themselves, everybody on their own, everybody for themselves. But the millennial generation, man, they are very concerned about their peers being able to experience what they experience, excel at the things they excel at. And yes, please jump in and continue the conversation. Like Simone said, hey, y'all, it takes time from family and social skills. Yeah, we're not developing, our kids, our grandkids are not developing.
She's
socially.
Actually a school teacher.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense. They are not oriented to be able to function very well in social environments because we've gotten lazy. We stick a phone, tablet or television in front of them and let all of those devices raise them and socialize them and get them prepared for whatever it is they're going to face in life. And
it's even done in church too. The little kids, they have their parents' phone, and the minute that phone is taken away, you'll hear the children.
Oh yeah, screaming and hollering, throwing temper tantrums. Yeah. Instead of being trained, my kids would sit on the front row in church, and they would discipline. They would sit there. They had their little Bibles, their little tablets, and they paid attention to what was going on because that's what I trained them to do. That's what I demanded. Oh, I know we don't like saying that about our kids and about our grandkids. Oh yeah, we got to learn how to demand some stuff, right? And let them know who the boss is, right? Okay. All right. Somebody gonna get mad at me.
No, they
Somebody
shouldn't.
Gonna get offended
They
with
shouldn't.
me.
No, because I don't let my grandkids do anything and say anything. So, yeah.
All right.
It's called home training. Yeah.
Definitely.
And it takes a village. Not only the moms and the dads, it takes the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles. Yeah, it takes a village to get our children together, for sure.
Definitely. Yes. We have any other comments that came in? Any other? Okay. So please, jump in. You have something you want to add to the conversation, please do so. We want to make this a back and forth type of atmosphere. If you have some questions that you want to ask, let's jump in and
Reginald Jenkins.
And let's try to jump in on those questions. If we don't have the answers, we'll definitely figure it out. And also, I didn't get a chance to say this. Please, go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I know a number of people on Facebook live with us, but please go to YouTube, go to my channel, Meaningful Conversations with Dr. Devin Oten, and follow, subscribe, like. Please comment. Please share this information. We believe this is, good content. There is an audience we believe that can benefit from the stuff that we're talking about, stuff that we're sharing. And hey, we are created to be in community, and we're talking about family and community. And tonight, of course, we're talking about how that technology impacts and the role that it plays in our families and in our communities. One of the things I found from my research is that virtual communities and family impact is driving support networks online. So parents, they're turning to these online communities for mental health. And we've shared some of those. I had a chance to share some of the organizations here, nonprofit organizations in the Bay Area that are designed to help with mental health issues, online as well as in person. And my goodness, our children need therapy. We need therapy. Our parents need therapy. We need therapy. We need someone to be able to talk to. I know in Black African-American communities that was frowned on for a number of years. But the reality is, man, we need people who are professionally trained who can help us, work through some of the issues that we may be facing. And let's face it, I tell people this all the time too. If you are African-American, Black in this country and descended from slaves, you definitely need therapy. We need therapy. I mean, a number has been done on our people. A number has been done on our community. Okay. And we talking beyond slavery. We talking after slavery, the Jim Crow South. We're talking about communities that our people tried to establish and build. Land that they purchased was taken from them. Schools that they built to educate their own children were burned down. Banks they established to be able to support themselves. Black Wall Street in Oklahoma burned down, burned to the ground. I mean, it's just, one attempt after another. That's why it's called systemic racism. And if you've experienced what we've experienced, the system that is set up, you need therapy. You may disagree with me, and that's fine. This is a conversation. We're here. We can disagree. We can agree to disagree and still be friends, still be family, still love each other, support each other, and back each other up. So we see that, parents are turning to these online communities for mental health, for parenting advice, and professional development. If you are a parent and you think you know it all and you're perfect, you are sadly mistaken. Okay. We all need some help. We all need some direction. We all need some coaching. We all need some mentorship to be able to do this. This is not easy, especially in this environment. So what that means is grandparents on here, great grandparents on here, and we got to figure out a way how we're going to support our children and our grandchildren. I know my grandmother was a great support to my mother. We spent a lot of time with her, learned a lot of life lessons from her. I can remember being really small, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, and getting on the streetcar with her, going to the houses in the Garden District in New Orleans that she would clean up during the day. And, we learned so many life lessons just being with our grandmother, right? And of course, she was a disciplinarian. She didn't play. She was going to get you straight real quick. So what does that mean? We can't be distant. Like Michelle said, it takes a village to be able to help our children, especially with all these competing forces. And that's one of the things. That's one of the things I talked about in my book is, how do we compete with all of these competing forces in the world? The phone, social media, all those things. Man, we got to get out. We got to do some things. Like when we are with the grandkids, we take them places. And we're not letting them sit in front of the TV and sit in front of the phone and sit in front of the tablets. No, we'll take them to Yosemite, which is one of the 8 wonders. Is it 8 wonders or 7 wonders?
7 wonders.
Yeah, one of the 7 wonders of the world. We take them to what is the Lake Tahoe. We take them out. We make sure they get out and meet people. We help them socialize. We We take them different places so they can be out around people and not, always sitting inside and looking at, some sort of device.
You're quick to take them on a hike.
And some sort of screen. Yeah, I take even the little ones. I take them on a hike.
To the beach.
Take them to the beach, have them jump in that cold ocean to cool them off. Take them hiking, let them get muddy, jump through, climb some trees, whatever the case may be. We got to, and that's exposure, right? That's exposure.
Hey, Vandy, cuz says she's a witness.
I am a witness to Dr. Devin having his children sitting like soldiers in the church service. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, I mean, we were in church, we would talk when Mom would reach back and pinch us, but we learned, how to sit still, and you might fall asleep, but we weren't running around acting crazy and loud and disruptive. So,
yeah, my kids, when they were coming up, they were on the entrance of, the cell phone and social media and all those things. So, I did my best to monitor them with that, even getting on a computer. They couldn't have a computer in their room. The computer was in the great room and they had to share it. They had certain times. They were
fighting over that, huh?
No, they had a schedule, certain times that each one of them would use it, but it was out in the open. It wasn't in their room with the door closed and, doing all this stuff and meeting predators and, all of that kind of stuff. We just gotta grow some guts.
Because there are people, the younger generation thinks that, I'm in this chat group chatting about whatever. And then they don't realize that there are people that are not genuine, that, like you said, maybe predators, and like, hey, can you meet me? I'm going to be in town. Can you meet me here? And then you snatched up and you lost, or whatever, it is. So you just have to be careful,
Absolutely. So let me get through a few more of this research that I had a chance to take a look at this week. So parents are turning to these online communities, and 72% of parents say online groups make them feel less alone. So a lot of parents are feeling alone out there, right?
Wow.
They're feeling like they don't have help. They don't have people there to support them. So they go into online groups. Another positive thing that can help them, where, they can get advice, get mentorship. People can tell them, hey, I'm going through that same thing, and this is what I did, and thus far it has worked.
Yeah.
Once again, going back to that, it takes a village.
Yeah.
Now, here's the risk. Here's the risk.
Y'all ready?
Please, here is the risk.
Drum roll.
And we are dealing with it right now, and we dealt with it a few years ago with the current president administration on TV and in the news, talking about fake news, misinformation.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Misinformation, bad information, not so good information travels a lot quicker, a lot further, a lot faster than the truth and good information.
Yeah.
So misinformation spreads quickly.
Like wildfire.
Yes. Over 60% of adults say they've encountered false or misleading information on social platforms about health, education, or parenting. Good people, please be careful when you see something online and you go to sharing it. Yeah. A lot of that stuff, people are out there, they see something, they like it, think it's interesting, and they share it, and it's misinformation. It's not even the truth. It's not even accurate. You got to do your own research. I am so grateful, that I was able, the Lord was blessed me to be able to go and get my doctorate, get my terminal degree, because I learned the principles, the foundation, the nuances of research, and, how to detect what's not real, what's false, what's misinformation. And we got people running with stuff that they hear. This current president, I mean, this guy will say some stuff that is so inaccurate, so much misinformation, and people take that stuff and run with it instead of doing their own research.
Yeah.
I mean, just ridiculous stuff. Okay, I'm about to say something spiritual again. I can't help myself, okay? I can't help myself.
You do what you...
People...
Yeah.
I'm talking to the Christians right now, because there may be some Christians that are not on the line, okay? And that's fine. Christians, we'll say that we believe all things that we see in, the Holy Bible, we see in text, we see in the holy text, in scriptures, right? And people, they read Revelation, they say, oh, I won't be deceived. I won't be tricked or fooled by the Antichrist and his false prophet at his side. Now, the scripture tells us that the Antichrist is going to be, this incredibly charismatic, smart, and gifted individual. He's going to be able to speak 19, 20, however many languages. I mean, just extraordinary person. And he's going to have his false prophet who's going to be prophesying things according to scripture. And those things are going to come to pass, right? And people say, oh, I won't be deceived. It's not true. I'm going to tell you it's not true because I'm looking at people being deceived by someone as ignorant as our current president. If you can be deceived by him and influenced by him, you don't think you can be influenced by the Antichrist and the false prophet at his side? Okay, let me jump off that. Let me give you
Let's get some comments.
Let me give you, yeah, you can jump in and give me some
So
comments
start
on that
with,
too.
Sonia,
Mhm.
she said,
That's a great thing.
Yeah, that's a great thing.
Let God use you as a disciple of his word. Yes, my sister. Yes, my
And then
sister.
Kara says, speak to everyone, not just the Christians, because someone out there may not know they're Christian
and need to hear what you have to say.
Well, I think he was saying that because he mentioned that, this is not a Christian platform, but it's going to come out eventually because of, who you are.
Yeah,
so
you don't have,
you don't have to keep, it is what it is. And then Ty said, well, we know it's not the current president. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, he's definitely not the Antichrist. Definitely not.
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right. So 60% of adults, they say they've encountered false and misleading information on social platforms about health, education, and parenting. You got to be careful. Do your research, do your background. Stop being so quick to share that stuff that you see on social media, because a lot of that stuff is just misinformation. Now, let's talk about some practical tips on what we can do. Digital literacy training. Encourage children to question sources. Critical thinking is the best protection against misinformation. Now, let me tell you why this is important, because I see people say all the time, oh, there's this kid, that kid, this person, that person is so smart. And the reason they're saying that person is so smart is because they can regurgitate information, something they read, something they saw, and they remember and they can say it. If you can teach a parakeet to regurgitate, to repeat something. You can teach a chimpanzee to do certain things. You can teach an ape to do certain things.
Yeah.
Okay. The key and the trick is critical thinking skills. I used to tell my children all the time. I used to tell our church all the time. This is a thinking man and a thinking woman's game. You can't be running around here, pretending. You can't run around here ignorant. This is a thinking man and a thinking woman's game. Thus, it is we got to train our children to be critical thinkers, not just regurgitate what they've seen or what they've heard or what they may have read. And that's a whole nother subject, because our children don't read. Our children don't read. We don't read. Well, I do.
I'm guilty. I don't read. I don't. I don't. But our kids will take stuff on social media. Or kids will take stuff on social media, and they will, oh no, this is true, without doing any research. Without doing any research. Yeah.
And I don't have time to get into that, because that's a lot of time to talk about critical thinking. But do some research and start thinking about how we can teach our children to think critically.
So give an example of critical thinking.
Critical thinking. Let's just say, for instance, a child, when Mill, oldest grandson, was here, he showed us how the correct way to peel a banana. It's not from the top,
It's from the bottom.
It's from the bottom. And it actually is a lot easier to do from the bottom than the top. But he had saw a video and where it showed and demonstrated that. Critical thinking is, well, why have we done it from the top
right
all of our life? Or why were we trained that way? And why is it easier to peel it from the bottom than the top? There's a reason that it's easier to do it. Critical thinkers want to question. Critical thinkers question everything. They try to think through everything. And you know, sometimes people get upset because for me, paying attention and putting forth the effort to observe your surroundings and improve your surroundings. A lot of people say, oh, well, that's whatever, you being judgmental or you got OCD or whatever that is. No, it's critically thinking. Like, you know what? This could have been done a lot better than the way we're doing it. And this is how it could possibly be done better. Let me explore if this is a good idea and a good way of doing it.
So did you tell him that? Or did he? Because he will definitely dig back in and say, okay, Papa, or blah, 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 you know.
Yeah, that was just an example that came to mind.
Do you feel like he's a critical thinker? Because he's very, very smart. And I think you challenged him on a couple of things while he was here, and he was like, okay, well, let me dig into a little bit more. So yeah. So
that wasn't really, you know, the point I was trying to get at. I just you asked for an example. So I was just trying to give, you know, a very, very simple example. That's a very simple example.
Hey, Tandra, that's cousin Tandra. Hey.
Hello, Dr. Tandra Taylor. So, and we got some comments here. Go ahead, what do we have? We have
Toby.
Yeah, we got Toby.
He's giving an example of critical thinking.
Critical thinking helps in making better decision. Yeah, I see that. I'm looking at the one before that. Here's one. At work, a coworker suggests rushing through a report to save time. You pause and think, if we skip steps, will this cause errors that cost us more later? Absolutely. Yeah. You just running through reports? That is a recipe for a disaster because, like you said, something's going to be missed. And once that stuff starts going up the food chain, you know, head's going to start to roll. And you know what they say? They say that the poop rolls downhill.
What?
Yep.
The poop rolls. Okay.
Yeah. You never heard that before?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, I've never heard that one. Okay.
Yeah. Do we have any other comments that I may be missing?
Yeah, and there's the comment on what Toby was saying, you know, that particular report. And I'm a stickler like this. If you ask me for something, I need you to be concise in what you're asking for, because I'm going to send that to you. I'm not going to rush. I'm going to send it to you. But then if I'm rushing, I have to send it back 2 or 3 times because there's stuff that I miss. You know what I'm saying? Just like he said, just rushing through it. It's okay to do it, but stop and pause and think. Yeah.
And you know what else critical thinkers do? They ask. They ask smarter people. Dr. K, I'll ask her. You know, she'll say something and I'll ask her, well, you know, how do I approach this? What do you think? What is the steps to take? Where should I start? What's the end result? Where are we trying to get to? I don't want to just, excuse me. I don't want to just do a report. I want to know, you know, hey, what's the end result?
Yeah.
That's going to help me develop the report a lot better if I have an understanding of what the results that we're looking for. And she was just such a tremendous blessing to me to be able to bounce, you know, those questions and ideas off of to help me think more critically. All right. So we looked at a practical tip, you know, digital literacy training, encouraging our children to think critically. Tech for bonding. Families can use fitness apps, cooking tutorials, or digital scrapbooking projects together. Shared experiences counterbalance individual screen time. So you get that? This is how we can use technology to continue to bond, if you will, with our children and grandchildren. We get on apps together, fitness apps. We use those apps together. Cooking tutorials, we do those together.
Shout out to what's Rodney's daughter?
Sydney.
Shout out. Oh my gosh.
Sydney.
Her food.
My little niece, one of my closest friends growing up, Rodney Whitney, his daughter, Sydney Whitney. Yeah. I've shared her stuff on Facebook, but she can cook anything. And I mean,
and it looks so delicious.
Oh my goodness.
You just want to taste it through the screen.
Yeah, but looking at her tutorials and, the information, she puts the recipe in there, but that's things that we can do with our children. That's how we can use technology together. That's how we counterbalance that, right? We can use, different digital apps where we can do things together as a family. So consider those things. Just some tips I wanted to throw out. Some families, and this is called a tech Sabbath. So the Sabbath day, Sunday, tech Sabbath. Some families take one day a week offline. And this is linked to higher family satisfaction and improve communication.
Yeah.
So, okay, kids, okay, grandkids, Wednesday, no phones, nope, no computer, no this, no that, unless you're doing homework and, things of that nature. And we're going to spend some time doing some things together as a family instead of spending so much time on these devices. So that's one thing.
We have 2 more comments.
Okay.
Toby said he can call me in a heartbeat to ask any questions dealing with property management. Everybody needs a support team. You know what I'm saying? For real. And Dr. Kara, she said, absolutely, it shows ownership, problem-solving skills, and the ability to analyze the situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Excuse me. Now, here's the one I like.
I don't have no water there.
Excuse me. You want some of this?
Yep.
Financial empowerment. We can use these devices to introduce our kids to safe apps that teach budgeting, teach investing or entrepreneurship, linking technology to long-term empowerment. You get that? We can help our kids use technology to link them to a long-term goal or a long-term vision or a long-term plan or accomplishment that they're looking to do. So it starts with, teaching them budgeting, investing, and entrepreneurship. There's so much, of course, technology out there, a number of different apps with tutorials to teach, young people, not just adults, designed specifically for young kids. Free apps to go on and they show them, excuse me, how to invest, how to budget their money, and how to think about, financial things and how that works. Okay, I want to get a game for my PlayStation. It's $50, $60, whatever it is. If I save, $1 a week, $5 a week, whatever it is, I'll have this in 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, whatever the case may be. And it's teaching them, financial literacy, responsibility, and also critical thinking.
Yeah.
Critical thinking skills.
Because at the end of that week, they're like, they want to check to see how much money they have.
In
their little, whatever it is, that they have, a little something.
So remember this, technology is not inherently good or bad. It just depends on how we use it, right?
Yeah.
It can be used for good and it can be used for bad. And we should, balance our connection to these devices, with caution. And there's a number, I just threw out a couple of examples, but there are a number of different things you can do some searches on that you can implement to help you with your children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. And, we got to encourage creative and educational uses while setting healthy boundaries.
Yeah.
And AI and online communities are here to stay. They're here to stay. AI is here to stay. And if we are not using AI, learning how to use AI to build businesses, build different skills, increasing our knowledge base, we are missing the boat. So we need to use AI, use these online communities because it's here to stay. And families who learn to harness all of these tools, they will position themselves for, future empowerment and won't be as distracted. They won't be as distracted.
Hey, Cheryl. Happy birthday to you. Happy anniversary. And I'll text little Kenneth happy birthday too.
Is my fraternity brother on here? He was on here last week or week before.
I don't think so. No, I don't see him on here.
Okay.
I think he was on
a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yeah, he was on.
All right. All right, everybody. That's basically,
good,
yeah, what I wanted to share tonight. Just, family, we continuing. We still got some more stuff to chew into on family and communities and how we're going to improve our families, how we're going to improve our communities, and see some real change take place, where we're going to the next level. For me, it's all about community and family, man. We gotta figure this out. We gotta figure it out. And I'm hoping that the things that we're talking about is, giving you some tools to put in your tool belt, giving you some arrows to shoot at the target.
Yeah.
And we want to see some real change in our families, which will impact our communities,
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else have anything they want to add to the conversation? Any questions they want to bring up? Because Michelle's about to jump in, and she's about to give us, what's it called again, baby?
You do that every week.
Yeah. What's it called again?
On another note.
On another note. Yeah. See, I was
asking you that.
A moment with Michelle, but she wants to do it on another note.
I thought he would sound like me. A moment with Michelle.
Yeah, it sounds like me.
Is that your brother or is that Quan?
That's my brother.
And great. I say, that's your brother or Quan? That's my oldest. Is that Pee Wee or is that Quan?
That's my oldest brother because his picture's on there.
Oh, hey, brother! Look, I said that's your brother. Oh, you know what I meant to say, babe.
Yeah, he said excellent topic and great information. That's my big brother.
Yeah,
the patriarch. Excuse me, patriarch of the family, and also my brother, my fraternity brother.
All right.
Yes.
So that AI, so let me go back. So I know you mentioned there's some good and bad in the online. What about the online dating part? How do you? I just want to throw that out there just to see what you thought about that.
This is on another note.
No, this is not another note. But I just want that's the question that I have for you.
Okay. Yeah.
Just a quick one.
I tell you, I've met so many people who have established relationships and even gotten married from meeting someone online.
Yeah.
And hey, it's all about doing your due diligence. If you're gonna meet somebody online, technology is so wonderful, so great that you can meet someone and you get their name, just some basic information, their phone number, and you can do a background check on them.
Yeah.
Free.
Online.
You can do it free. But then again, if you're serious, you pay a little money, pay $20, $25 to get some information to see if you're dealing with, a stalker, somebody who's, been in jail for stalking and somebody got a record for abuse of some kind, or, somebody got a record for, some sort of substance abuse. I mean, you could find out a whole lot of stuff. You can find out if them jokers got a job, if they're employed.
Yeah.
So you just got to do your due diligence if you're going to do that. Now, for me, because I hear this all the time, and please help me if I'm misguided here. And maybe it's just the circles that people move in. Maybe they don't get out enough. They're not engaged with, different societies. And what I mean by that, different social clubs. And, we're from New Orleans. So, there's just all kinds of social clubs where you meet different people all the time. And, just by my career and my profession, being able to travel around the country, be a part of all of these great organizations, National Black MBA Association, SHIP, Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers, just all of these NACE, SHRM, Society of Human Resource Management, just traveling and meeting and being in these communities. I meet outstanding people all the time. So in my mind, I have a hard time understanding why people can't meet people. And I think now I could be wrong. This is just my opinion. I think sometimes people just not moving in the right circles.
Yeah.
You're not connecting with the right people.
Because you can't meet anybody at home.
No.
And then church, not just service, but there's other things that, churches do now, like, Mount Calvary, they have a seniors.
They got a youth.
They have seniors, youth. They have what's the other one? Not the youth, but it's the
young adult, a young adult.
Yeah,
yep.
so they have a lot of different things
for them to come together and do things together.
And Pastor even mentioned, how did he say it? You might meet somebody or something. Remember he said that?
He said it's Sunday. Yeah, he said it's Sunday.
You never know. Mm-hmm. You just never know. So I believe that you have to be
in Dr. K said I did an episode last week on online dating. Yeah, and I had a chance to check out a couple of clips of it too, Dr. K.
I did too.
Yeah, that was really good stuff. Man, Dr. K, please put your podcast in the chat again. And I want to encourage everyone to go out and check out Dr. K, check out her podcast, just some wonderful, fantastic information that we all can learn from and glean from. I'm not sure if Dr. K can do it because I know she was driving earlier.
Yeah.
Also, please, subscribe, like, follow, share,
press the button,
and comment,
mash it down,
comment on the episode. And I think some of us think comments is when we put something in the chat that's not a comment. Go to
it's a chat.
This is a chat. So go to the actual episode on my YouTube channel, and you can make a comment. You may even be able to do it from being on live right now. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but get those comments on there. I mean, if you like it, put it on there. Even if you don't like it, please. Yep, right there. You can comment. Yep, that's where you can comment.
So that's where you can comment, guys. Can y'all
You might want to go back. You might want to go back to the page where you clicked.
Let me see.
You got to go back.
Yeah,
there you go. Now click out of that. Okay.
So at the bottom, it has the comment section. I don't know if you guys can see it.
No, you can't see that.
No, you can't see it. But there's a section on here where it has share your thoughts. It's a little bitty circle right there. It says share your thoughts. And that's where the actual comments are. But the chat is just for us chatting back and forth.
Yeah, so get those comments. Yeah, that's Brother Phillips.
How you doing, sir?
You remember who that is?
Tell me.
He came to the book signing.
Which one?
The tall brother.
All right. Hi.
Dr. Cherry is the short brother. Those are the two partners in crime.
All right now.
Two ministers.
Thank y'all for that support.
Two ministers who love the Lord and doing good work here in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Dr. K said there's layers to it. You first need to be open to it.
Open to doing like what? Online dating or going to different social groups to meet people? Let's see which one you're talking about. We'll figure it out. She'll put it back in the comment.
Yeah. So and remember, guys, this is not me on here trying to be an expert. This is just me saying, hey, this is something that I think about. I'm certainly a lot of other people think about it. And I just want to bring something to the conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe start the conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe continue the conversation, So we want to keep this moving. Our families are important to us. Our communities are important to us. And we got to figure out how we're going to build both. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Now, on another note.
I don't like the way you said it.
What? On another note?
It's like, now on another note.
So how would you prefer I said? Now it's time for another note with Michelle Houghton.
Another note or on another note? Okay.
On another note with Michelle Houghton.
Okay.
That sounds better.
One more time.
That sounds better.
Action.
Now it's time for another note with Michelle Houghton.
I'll take that, but it's on another note.
On another note. Okay.
Y'all heard that voice, huh? That radio voice, huh? All right, guys. This was a really, really good conversation. I really learned a lot from that. Yeah, so they're always good.
Thank you.
So I was talking to my baby boy today, and we had our little conversation, and he was sharing some things with me. And look at Ellen laughing. He was sharing some things with me, and I had no idea what I was even going to, talk about until I had that conversation with him.
We're talking about JoJo.
We're talking about Joe Jeezy. And we were sharing a few things, and I'm a really good listener. A lot of people are not good listeners, but I'm a great listener, And I was like, what can I talk about? And once we had that conversation, I was like, okay, I got it. So, guys, I want to just talk about, it's kind of two things. The first one is forgiveness.
Mm.
And the second one is healing.
Mm.
So, as we're kids, we're learned to say, I'm sorry, apologize, if we do something wrong. And then we become adults, and it's like sometimes we're like, I said what I said, and I'm not changing my mind. Or we may apologize and not sincerely mean it, right? So, what does forgiveness mean to you? When you feel that someone has truly forgave you, or when you, what am I trying to say? When you forgive someone,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. What does that feel? What does that mean to you? And share. Let's talk about it for a few minutes. I think we got a few more minutes.
So Dr. K says all of it from that question, and
all of it. Okay.
When we're set in our ways and age, you have to be open to change.
That's true.
Man, change is hard, man, especially when you get older.
Yeah.
When you become older like we are, man, change can be very, very hard. But man, I'm so open to change. I'm so open. Like I told Michelle, of course, I want to be in God's will for my life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I told her, hey, if a university in Hong Kong called me and said, hey, look, we got this tenured professorship opportunity where you can continue your research, your writing on leadership and business management and employment law and all those things, we may have to look at that for a season, or somewhere else in the world. I'm very open to it. My orientation growing up, as a young man, being able to move around, live in different states, it taught me, especially trying to follow, God's leading and prompting, not to be married to things in this life. For instance, some people, they can't see themselves leaving their house. I don't have a problem. If God says sell this house tomorrow, let's put it on the market and let's go and let's do what we got to do. And
I'll be like a little puppy.
Yeah.
Like the girl of Coming to America.
Mm-hmm.
Bark like a dog.
Yeah,
I'll be right behind you, whatever you say.
Don't believe that. People, we talked about it earlier. That's misinformation. Okay. We talked about it earlier. That's misinformation. Okay. Yeah, that's misinformation.
I mean, if it means, look, if you just, sometimes you just have to do it, I mean, we've been married, and I know that's something that your heart desires. And I pray all the time that God gives you the desires of your heart. And, when you're in a marriage, if your spouse is happy, guess what? I'm happy too.
Now, what was your question again?
Oh,
what was your question again? Let's
about
make sure.
Forgiveness.
About forgiveness.
About forgiveness.
Anybody
and
got
healing.
anything to say about that?
And healing. Those are two things that a lot of us have trouble doing, forgiving. And I don't know where you guys worship, but a lot of times, the pastors, reverends, bishops, whatever, they speak on forgiveness a lot, because if we don't learn to forgive, we will carry that with us for a long time and not realize that we're spewing certain things to show that we have a part of us, and something is stuck in there, right? We may not see it, but other people do.
Well, I heard a preacher say many years ago, I was at a conference, said something that stuck with me, I'll never forget. He said, if you don't forgive people, you take them everywhere you go.
Yeah.
He said, so when I go on vacation with my wife, he said, I'm not trying to take you with me. So I'd rather just go ahead and forgive you.
Yeah. Yeah. And for a lot of people, it's really hard to do. Yeah. They would rather hold that, that anger or whatever that, is this a word, non-forgiveness? No, that ain't.
We can use it.
Okay, we can use it. They'll hold that with them.
Probably want to use unforgiveness.
Unforgiveness. They'll hold, and they'll use that as a defense mechanism. Yep. They'll use it as a, oh, okay, the promise, okay. Yeah, they'll use it as a defense mechanism. But we have to be able to forgive and sincerely forgive and ask for forgiveness as well. Not have this chip on our shoulder like, I don't have to forgive them. Yes, we do. You know why we have to do it? Why we have to do it, babe? Why do we have to forgive? Mm-hmm.
Because, our Father, he wants us to forgive because he's forgiven us.
Yes, that part.
Mm-hmm.
That part. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah. And also, forgive doesn't mean you forget.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you forget.
Yeah.
You need to be aware. When people do things, we need to be aware of once they show us, we need to be aware of their capability. So we don't expose ourselves to that sort of harm again, right? So, and sometimes we get that confused. We think forgiving means forgetting, and that's not it. I see what Brother Toby jumped in. He said, you release the emotional weight of holding on to hurt or grudges.
It's a heavy weight. It's heavy. It weighs you down.
He also said it reduces stress, anxiety, and anger when you forgive. Dr. K jumped in. The first thing you must do is forgive yourself, love yourself, and acceptance. Then only are you able to truly forgive others. Unburden yourself so that others aren't your life's focus. That is a great statement. My mom told me something some years ago, and I got it. I got it when she told me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She said, because I had gotten divorced, didn't think that was going to happen. I'm a pastor. And, if anybody is supposed to be able to work through these things, it's our spiritual leaders, and so on and so forth. Didn't think that would ever happen, right? And went through that process, got divorced. And, a few years after that, couldn't, really date or anything for about 3 years. And then when I did decide to start dating, I hurt a few people. And my mom told me, she didn't even know everything was going on. She just called me and told me one day, she said, Dev, hurting people hurt other people.
Yeah.
She said, you're going to have to forgive yourself. You're going to have to learn how to, love where you are now, now that all of these things have happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you'll be a better person for it, and you'll be able to treat that, special person, that new life partner, if you will, that new wife, better, because, once you get that hurt out of you, forgive yourself, like Dr. K is saying here, you'll be a better version of yourself.
So that first part that Dr. K says, and then we'll get to Toby's comment. She said, the first thing you must do is what? Forgive yourself.
Mm-hmm.
How many of us, we've done some things, some unmentionable things, and we haven't truly forgiven ourselves? How can you forgive others if you don't forgive yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of us think that, okay, we've done wrong. Oh my God, God will not forgive us. Yes, he will. It may feel like in our hearts that he's not, because of what we did, and it's our conscience, right? It's our conscience, but I believe that's the trick of the devil, to keep you thinking about God will never forgive you. You will never, it's over for you. But that's not in the word.
His
right?
forgiveness is, we can't comprehend it.
Yeah.
We can't comprehend his forgiveness. We can't comprehend his love. But anyway, Brother Toby said, on the spiritual side of forgiveness is central in Christianity. Jesus taught us forgives 70 times 7, meaning forgiveness should be continual. Yes. Ooh. Yes, it is. It is. It's definitely continual. No doubt about it.
Because none of us are perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all going to make some mistakes on some level.
Mm-hmm.
And we may say things, not intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
We may say things to hurt one another, but not intentionally meaning, but immediately. We got to do it like that. Oh, did I say that? And I have a habit of doing that at work, and I think I've even done it with Devin a couple of times. That's not what I meant to say. I didn't mean to say it like that. Let me, I'll be able to pull myself back. I have some more comments on here. I'm trying to get to it. And I can't figure out Nita. Oh my gosh. We have a couple. I'm trying to read it. Okay.
So Dr. K, let me read these. Dr. K says self-worth is tied to that. My brother Alvin says, I agree, but if I didn't do anything to you and you hurt me, why must I forgive myself? I think that's a different matter, a different situation,
I
a different
didn't do anything to you.
a different issue.
And you hurt me. And a lot of times, brother-in-law, that's usually the case, right? A lot of times that's usually the case. You don't do anything to anybody, but they constantly hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
And they would like you said, babe, we got to be able to decipher who we should be around so that we won't put ourselves in a position to be hurt.
Yeah. And I know, Brother Toby was saying 70 times 7. And of course, there's a great, revelation in that. And matter of fact, I challenge us to go and take a look at that text. I challenge us to do that. Yeah, but Al, Pee Wee, yeah, that's a different matter. You don't have to forgive yourself. In that particular situation, no.
So we have cousin Chandra, Dr. Chandra. She says she's considering starting a podcast, and she would love for us to be her guest. Oh,
sure, we love to
just let us know, baby.
We love to jump.
And she is agreeing for forgiveness starts within. It absolutely does. Yeah, yeah.
So you live on that too?
I don't know, because I believe that we should forgive because God wants us to forgive. I also believe that just because we forgave, we don't have to give those same people access again.
Yeah. You want to, of course, remain brotherly, sisterly with those people. But yeah, you shouldn't expose yourself that way. And let me just give you an example. Okay. Because, and this is, I think we need to share this because of what Brother Toby brought up about the 70 times 7. So somebody in your circle, a friend, a relative, sibling, whatever the case may be, they come to you and they say, hey, look, let's go into a partnership to do something. And you decide you want to go into partnership with them. And then they steal the money, misappropriate the money, mess up your credit, get you in trouble financially, et cetera, et cetera. And okay, I forgave him. I should have thought critically about this and had better oversight and better control of what we were doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I forgive you. I'm gonna move on. I'm not gonna harbor this unforgiveness about that. But then they come back to you again with another business idea. They want you to put up some more money to do something else. Nah, bro. We burnt that bridge. Nah, we're not gonna do that. Or maybe there is an opportunity where you will. Maybe you see it and say, you know what, this is a great opportunity, but I'll just do my due diligence. I'll, exercise more oversight, be more involved in the day-to-day, and not necessarily give that person control of the money, control of the operations, if you will. Give them another duty. Yeah, something like that could be worked out very well. It can happen. It happens in business all the time. Yeah. It happens in business.
Umbrella, the old cliche is like hurt people.
Yeah, that's my mom. Yeah. She called and told me. She
said, hurt people. When someone is hurting, you can see, and I hate to use the word demonic because at some points it turns into that because they're spewing so much evil. They're doing some horrible things and saying horrible things without even thinking twice about it. And they've convinced themselves that what I'm saying, I'm standing 10 toes down. And that's not who that person is. But when someone's hurt, they act totally different.
Yeah.
Tandra said you can still forgive and be distant from those. Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. Derica says forgive because God is love, but protect yourself and create boundaries.
Yes. That's your. And Derica, that is your generation. That's a word from your generation.
Yes, boundaries.
Yeah, that's a millennial. Yeah. That's a millennial word. Boundaries.
We got a few more comments on there. Dr. K.
Yeah, you must protect your spirit, your energy, and your heart. Forgive, but keep it moving, because until individuals heal, They will continue to come for you if you don't establish boundaries. There it is, boundaries again. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think Nita's on here somewhere, but I can't. I know she amen to something. I can't see her on here. Sorry, Nita. Love you, boo.
Trying to get rid of this cough.
Yeah, but are you coughing on me?
I got it from you.
Oh, May, I haven't been sick in
yeah, but then I got it after you.
I'm so glad you didn't get it like I got it though. Yeah. That would have just knocked boom. It was terrible. I think we got all the comments. Yeah. So then forgiveness and then healing. How do we heal? What do we do to heal? Is the healing process okay? Just not be around these certain people? Is the healing process getting counseling depending on the extent of
you may need counseling.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you may need some therapy. It all depends. I mean, everybody has a way of healing themselves.
Yeah.
For me, you got to have two things in your medicine cabinet.
What you got to have, baby?
You got to have Neosporin and you got to have hydrocortisone. Okay, that's for me. And someone else, it may be something else. It may be Mercurochrome or whatever it is. It may be something totally different for you that you feel these are the things that I have to have in my house for healing and cuts, abrasions, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So we all do it differently. We got to figure out what that is that works for us as individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that may be for me to heal. I need to go on a hike. I need to get to a quiet place and I need to breathe. I need to breathe in deep and breathe out and,
taking a drive,
talk to the Lord and say, Lord, I need you to help me with this. Talking to a counselor, like you said, a therapist, or someone that we trust, someone who's a mentor, a parent, go and get that thing up off of us,
Yeah, because we don't want the weight of it on our shoulders.
Yeah, so
because it weighs you down. It really does.
Yeah. So healing is different for everybody.
Yeah, but the most important thing is to get what you need, not sit in it for years and years and years and years and years, and you carry that weight. Yeah, get what you need. Nip it in the bud. Get what you need.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Listen, thank you everyone for joining us and spending time with us.
Great conversation
on this topic. We're going to continue with our family and community series next week. I'm going to surprise you and I'll get a note out, a video out, letting you know what we'll be talking about on this upcoming week. But once again, please subscribe, like, share, follow, and comment. Please make your comments. I was saying earlier, if you like it, comment, and if you don't like it, comment. Guess what? The algorithm loves the ones who don't like the content. Yeah. So that for them that means you're stirring up some stuff.
Yeah, stir up.
You're getting people engaged and conversating.
Yeah.
One way or the
other.
And
don't just talk about it. Like put the action. You got to put the action with it, though. Really, we can sit and have as much conversation every Wednesday.
Yeah.
And we're doing this, based on, we're saying you want community healing, conversation, meaningful conversation. Yeah, be about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why we share, different resources too. Things that we see that's happening, that's working. So those are some of the ththings we can do research for in our community and talk to people, go to our city council, talk to them about some of these things. On our job, if your job has some community projects or programs in place, you can bring that to the table to your community. A lot of companies adopt a highway, keep a highway clean. They do different things in the community to help with educations, give supplies to schools, whatever the case may be. We got to use these tools and start doing some work. Putting our hands to this work. And you can reach out to me if you have any questions, because I've done quite a bit of this work in my career. A number of you have as well. So, we're building a community here where we can talk to each other and support each other and give ideas and get out and get dirty with each other too, and get that work done. But anyway, appreciate you. Love you guys. Have a great night. Thank you for your time. Yes, we'll be next Wednesday, every Wednesday. 7 p.m. Central, which is 7 p.m. Pacific, excuse me, which is 9 Central and 10 Eastern, live on my YouTube channel. And last week, I just started going live on Facebook. So you can join me on Facebook. I'd love to see you on YouTube as well. Until then, live well and do good work. Live well and do good work. Okay? Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye. I'm going to stop your Facebook.